Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Lincoln of Lawrenceville to check out this brand new 2024 Lincoln Corsair Reserve 2. Ceramic pearl metallic is the color with an ebony leather interior. So we're going to check this Corsair out, see what you can get when you move up to Reserve 2 trim, opposed to that Premier 2 we saw a couple months ago. So let's dig in. Front end of this Corsair Reserve 2, again, the ceramic pearl metallic with the big Lincoln grill with the Lincoln badge on front and all those small little dots on the grill. If you zoom on in, they're all mini Lincoln badges in chrome, which I think is kind of a nice Easter egg. We're full LED lighting on the front of the vehicle, functionality in the grill, top and bottom. So I think it looks pretty good. My apologies for some dirt on here, but it's been raining and there's no way we can wash this car off, because the car washes aren't open right now, and we're dodging a raindrop. So here we go. Wheel and tire package, we're looking at a 19-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, standard brake and rotor package. Now these wheels are wrapped in Michelin Primacy Tour all-season tires, 225 on the width, a 55 series sidewall 19s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. Moving on back, I do like this paint. However, on a Reserve 2 trim, I'm not so sure we should be going flat black around the wheel wells and down on the door sills. Let me know what you guys think. As we move on in, we have Corsair on our front door, gloss black side view mirrors, LED turn signals, 360-degree view cameras, color match front and rear door handle, left side fuel filler cap. We do have a color match roof spoiler coming off the top. Then we go blacked out roof with the panoramic sunroof. The rear end of our Corsair, we have the roof spoiler coming off the top, the wiper down below. They could have easily hidden that up underneath the roof spoiler like they've done with the Aviator and the Nautilus. So let me know what you guys think, but I'd like to see that protected from the elements in car washes. Full LED lighting all the way around on the back. Down below, we do have some brushed aluminum trim down in and around that functional dual exhaust. We are under the hood of this 24 Corsair Reserve 2, and what are we looking at for a power plant? Well, we have Lincoln's 2-liter EcoBoost inline 4-cylinder engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 250 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque, MPGs 21 in the city, 28 on the highway, 24 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. And I'm sure you're wondering, boy, this engine looks really small in here. Look at all this room over here. Look at this big hole in here. Well, they do a plug-in hybrid version of the Corsair called the Grand Touring, and that's why they're making room in here for all of that batteries and, of course, the electric motors for that plug-in hybrid. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, you know what? Reserve 2 Corsair ain't cheap. So here we go. Base price for the 24 Corsair Reserve 2 all-wheel drive is $45,415. Now, after options and destination and delivery of $1,395 from Lincoln's Louisville, Kentucky assembly plant, we have a total MSRP from the factory of $52,200. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver's door panel, again, we have soft touch up here instead of leather, and soft touch in here. We got some flat black, and then we have our power seat function with lumbar and 3 memory seat settings. Then we're going to go leather on the insert with the stitching, which is light gray, and then a nice soft armrest. Some gloss black in and around the flat black switchgear, but we do have power fold mirrors along with our 3 memory seat settings for the driver. So that's a nice touch. Door pocket nice and large, but we have the standard audio system here in the Reserve 2. We're not even getting the Revel Ultima, which I think should be in here for 52 grand. Now, as we come in on our foot box, nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. All season Corsair mats are in the vehicle. We have the Lincoln aluminum door sill plate to welcome you to the vehicle. Again, all your power settings and everything are on the door. The seats, we have ebony leather with the light gray stitching. Nice, soft, nice and comfortable, nice and clean looking interior, I would say. Passenger door panel, same as the driver, except you don't get memory seat settings. which on a Lincoln I think should be there. And then we have soft touch up top, some silver trim right in here to break up the black, and then more black. And then down below, nice large glove box. Infotainment screen, we have Lincoln's 13.2-inch Sync 4 system, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. Hit the button, there comes our maps. Nice pinch to zoom response here in Sync 4. A big upgrade from Sync 3. And then you obviously have your dual climate down below. I got my heated seats on, which I don't want on, but you have heated and ventilated seats for the driver and the front passenger. So they got you set right there, and I don't want them on. Since the heat's on in the car, since all of a sudden it's like 40 degrees today, 2 days ago was almost 90, go figure. And then we have the heated steering wheel on off right here in the middle, but your heated and ventilated seats are tied into the climate system, which is a nice touch as well. The Lincoln badge up here, well, that's your home screen. We can go ahead and figure out what you want to have up here. You obviously have your Sirius XM along with your regular HD radio stations. We have our features button right here. You got your driver assistance, which is your cruise control, lane keep assist, pre-collision, all that, blind spot, all that stuff. That's in there. You got your record feedback for Lincoln. And then you have your, oops, I hit features already. Sorry about that. Then you have your settings where you can go into your phone. You can Bluetooth your phone, driver profile, vehicle settings, clock, Wi-Fi hotspot, all that jazz in here. Your ambient lighting way over here on page 3, where you can choose what kind of theme you want. I guess with the ceramic pearl and the black interior, we go with light blue. Now that looks cute. I don't know, or stick with white. But that's how it is when you choose something, it pops up like that, which I think is really cool. Like a balloon that's filled up with air and it's taken off. Zoop, zoop. I think that's really cool. You got your 911 assist. So you got a lot of nice stuff in here. There's no doubt about that. Your driver's seat functions. You can go ahead and get the lumbar adjustment just where you want it. We don't have massage seats in here, but you do have the power lumbar. So there's a lot of nice features in this Sync 4, and it works really, really well. And now, as we go to reverse, nice large backup camera with the 360-degree view. Takes up the whole screen, which I really, really like. So nicely done there. We'll go ahead and get this back into park. And we're back to the beginning. We hit our map. And we're back out again. And we got the dual screen, so we can see what's playing on Sirius XM. Nicely done. Down further, 2 heat and air vents right here. Push button start is right there. And then here's your push button to go through this 8-speed automatic transmission. Down further, you have your physical volume knob, which I do like, and it feels really good. Positive clicks when you turn it. Lane keep assist, cameras, 4-way hazards, engine auto stop start on off, traction control on off, and that's your max defrost. Then you have Lincoln here, but all of this is gloss black, so that's going to take a beating, so be careful. Down below, wireless charging pad, USB-A, USB-C connectivity, and you can cover it up if you want. You got the Lincoln logo on here, but at least this is flat and not gloss black. Drive modes, which we'll take a look at when we go through the dash. Electric emergency brake, 2 cup holders. There's the ambient lighting that you can see, looking good. And then our key fob. We have unlock, lock, remote start, pop the tailgate panic button, Lincoln badge on the back of the key fob, nice and light. And then nice soft armrest with the stitching. Then we open it on up and we have a tray and more storage, all felt lined with a 12 volt. Lincoln steering wheel, nice leather wrap wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches. Your voice command button is on your 10 o'clock notch, so be careful you don't push that in too hard if you're resting your thumb on the wheel. That's where that's located. We got the Lincoln badge on the horn button, some chrome to lift it up. Round bottom wheel, but I got plenty of room to get in and out of this Corsair, no problem. On the left side now, you're going to get your volume, and then you're going to get your cruise control, adaptive cruise control. When you hit that button to turn it on, then all these buttons down here light up. Let me show you. We'll turn it off. Now they go off. We turn on our cruise. Now we can set it, resume, and that's how far away do we want to be, the adaptive portion of it. So that's where that is. We can turn that back off. On the right, you got your voice command, or excuse me, your telephone. You got your music. You got controls for the digital portion of your dash. We got paddles to go up and down this 8-speed automatic manually, but these are, I'm going to just be honest, cheap plastic paddles in a $52,000 vehicle. They need to be silver, magnesium paddles like we see from other brands. This is just too cheap for a Lincoln. Now, on our stalks, we have our directionals and adaptive high beams, and then on the right, your front and rear windshield wipers. Now, down below here, we can pop the tailgate, we can adjust our headlights, brighten dim the dash, and then we do have a manual, or excuse me, an electric tilting and telescoping wheel, which is going to be tied in with your memory seat settings, so the seat will move back and the wheel will move up to allow you to get out easier. And then we have the 12.3-inch digital dash. So let's try out our drive modes. We have normal, slippery. Let's go back to the left now. Excite or sport, conserve or eco. And there you have it. Conserve, excite, normal, slippery. And that's what we got as far as that goes. So that looks pretty good. And then you can go through additional information. You can go ahead and set up how you want everything to look on your comm screen. And you can change screen themes. So it's a nice and easy system to use. Overhead console, huge one, but here's a spot for your sunglasses. Now, if you want your dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, you don't have to do anything. And when you open the door, lighting comes on, non-LED, that's a mistake in a Lincoln. And then you can hear your chimes. And then we just close it back up, it'll dim out. And then we have our panoramic roof. So the left is for the glass, the right is for the shade. So we'll hit that. The shade will go back. Stop halfway, hit it a second time, goes back all the way over the back seat passengers. And then we can open up our glass. Glass goes back, wind buffeter comes up. And then we can close it on up. And we do have a tilt function if we push that button up towards the roof. And then we can close up our shade. And again, it's going to come back halfway and stop. And then you push it a second time and it's going to come all the way back. Could be a little faster. And I don't know why we need the halfway and stop deal, but that's what the Ford ones do. And now we have our sun visor with vanity and a light. Does it slide? Yes, it does. And you have your garage door programmables right here. So they got you set there. We have a standard frameless rear view mirror with auto dim. Getting in the back seat of our Corsair, I have the seat set for my driving position. We'll step on in, duck a little bit if you're 5'11", my size or taller. And then, once we're in though, plenty of headroom, shoulder width room, knee space. And then we have all plastic on the back with a cargo net. Really? This is a Lincoln, right? Same thing behind here. This should be leather, and this should be a regular leather door pouch in a $52,000 Corsair. Down below, we do have 2 heat and air vents, and then in here, surprisingly, 4 USB-Cs. So they got you covered, got everybody covered for connectivity in here. Rear door panel, same action as the front, except you don't have power seats. Back seats are nice with the ebony leather, with the stitching, very comfortable. And then our center armrest, nice and soft, 2 cup holders. So they have you covered here for cup holders, heat and air, and connectivity, that's for sure. But we should have nicer materials on the backs of these seats. It is a Lincoln Reserve 2. Please, Lincoln, let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, getting in the cargo area of the Corsair, you can pop the tailgate from your key fob from the dash, or you can come to the back, and under the L in Lincoln, there's a button. Hit it, up it goes. Nice electric assist on the way up, nice electric assist on the way down. Now, with the rear seats up, 27.6 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Corsair. We lift this up. We got a spare, so thank you, Lincoln, for the spare. Some extra cubbies. We got a 12-volt right here for power. We got some lighting back here. Now, to get those rear seats down, that's a piece of cake, because we can drop them from back here. So we hit the button, down they go. Hitting the button, down they go. And now, with the seats down, we're looking at 57.6 cubic feet of cargo space, which is right in line with a subcompact SUV cargo carrying capacity. All right, we're heading down the road in this 24 Corsair Reserve 2. Plenty of visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirror, rear view mirror, no problem. Blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, all that jazz. Pre-collision, all that is in here for safety. LED lighting up front, LED lighting out back on the exterior, again, for safety. So that works good. As far as the drive, the suspension's well damped, steering is very tight, which I like. We're currently in sport mode to see what kind of action that's going to give us. But this EcoBoost, this 2-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder is providing plenty of power. Plenty of power in this vehicle. 250 on the horsepower, 280 on the torque, and that's plenty to get this vehicle up to speed, especially in sport mode. A stark difference between normal and sport here in this Corsair. It really gets a lot zippier when you're in sport. Everything tightens up, shifts are better out of this 8-speed. The steering is tighter. And it feels good. I mean, they could do like a sport version of this vehicle. It's really quite zippy. But I could get a zippy SUV for a lot less than 52 grand somewhere else, right? So, you know, we got good tech in here. This Sync 4 system is a great system. The 13.2-inch screen is really, really nice. You got your wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. You got wireless charging, USB-A, USB-C connectivity. You got your drive modes, right? You got rear connectivity in the back. But you can get all of that without spending $52,000 going with a non-premium branded vehicle. But if you're in the market for the premium brand, and Lincoln is competing with the likes of BMW and Audi in particular for the subcompact premium brand SUV, maybe even Cadillac, you know, they need to step it up, because buyers that are looking at those types of vehicles are very, very sharp-eyed on the things that I mentioned in here. Like the plastic behind the seats in the cargo net would never fly in an Audi, a Mercedes-Benz, or a BMW, in my view. Now, I haven't been in one of their cars yet in the subcompact segment, but I'm assuming that isn't there. You know, so the little details Lincoln needs to sharpen up. The little details Lincoln needs to sharpen up, because something like that just gives somebody a feeling that, number one, you've either cut costs to meet a price point, or the build quality just isn't as good. And so that's the thing you just need to take out of people's mind if you want to sell in this segment like Lincoln is attempting to do with this Corsair. Otherwise, it drives great, it handles great, it's a zippy vehicle, it's got all-wheel drive, it's got the tech, it's got the power, even though I believe you should have the Revel sound system in here, for sure, and maybe even massage seats, but I know you can probably get those if you go up in trim levels. But this is expensive enough at $52,200 on a Reserve 2, at least in my view. All right, so now we're going to do our turning radius test of 18.5 feet. So here we go. Crank it around. Miss the garbage cans. Yep. And we're good to go. So nicely done. Now we're going to see if we can try out our paddles here. Here we go. And the engine shifts fine with the paddles. We got a regular 8-speed, so that's good. Now we're going to downshift. Back to first. and it gets up to speed very easily. No problem at all. And to turn the paddles on, because you don't have a manual function on your push button, you pull the right paddle back for a couple of seconds, and then you'll see the gear come up, and then you're in manual mode. And then when you want to leave manual mode, you pull the right paddle back towards you and hold it for about 3 seconds, and it'll go back to D, and then you know you're back into regular drive. So that's the deal there. But let's check out this cornering. We're going to get a little bit of a wallow, but it's not bad. Stiffen up the suspension. You could make this into a Corsair ST. But that's not the Lincoln vibe, right? So let me know what you think. Is this Corsair Reserve 2 something that you would buy? Is this something that you would want to rock down the road in? Or are you going to go somewhere else with your hard-earned money to those brands that I mentioned before? The subcompact SUVs being offered by Audi, Mercedes, BMW, or maybe even Cadillac. Let me know in the comments. But I do want to thank Ciocca Lincoln of Lawrenceville for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Lincoln Corsair Reserve 2 for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.